order for my daughter.
So I'm late today, and I got a whopper of a story
Good.
that you're not going to believe.
I needed one.
It's a really good, it's a classic, it's one of my classic stories. You're going to recognize right away the cadence, the sort of themes that repeat. You'll know it's a Sam story. So I was driving, and some guy called me an
Brazilian.
So I had to follow him for 20 minutes, and then I did nothing. And then my phone died, and I was lost.
Where were you?
Somewhere in Cranston.
Where did you follow him from? Where did he call you?
From the gym.
Some guy called you at the gym.
No, it was outside. It was near the gym. We're driving.
Okay.
And I didn't let him into a traffic situation.
Yeah.
And he said, "Toll."
What kind of car was it?
It was a Jeep Compass.
Ugh. He's already got enough problems in his life. He's just up about his compass.
He was wearing like a neon green like NEFF hat.
Ugh.
So I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna follow this guy and do nothing.
Was he 29?
Something like that. Yeah. Like that type of guy.
Like snowboarder wannabe guy?
That type of guy. Yeah.
Ugh. He's probably a one of those guys that says that like a defender, but then.
Mm-hmm. You mean the guys that say like, "Oh, I believe her."
Yeah.
But then he's like a
And then the first time any girl passes out at his house party, he's like sucking her.
Silly Billy.
Yeah.
What? I was just checking for alcohol poisoning.
It's so funny.
Like anybody who's in like you'd have to be a real, like to have no car knowledge enough to buy a Jeep Compass.
Mm-hmm. You would have to be
Yeah. Like,
how else are you gonna explain?
How would you explain that?
You're a guy in a NEFF hat with a Jeep Compass.
Right.
What's your glitch?
You obviously, because no one likes you.
You wouldn't call it. It's just when they're asleep, you think it's time to get some.
What do you mean you don't like me? I have NEFF hat. I have compass.
It doesn't compute. Oh, you're asleep at my house?
I know the way because I have a compass. I'm a state senator, but...
Did I tell you about the state senator? State senator came by my place. We got in a fucking verbal altercation.
No.
He called the state troopers on me.
No way.
Yeah.
When?
Like a week ago.
Oh, good. What the fuck happened?
He was just like a weaselly little
Silly Billy.
Right off the rip, and he had a clipboard with him, so I assume he was looking for something political, and he had a mask on, like an N95 mask, like super tight, like double strapped, the ventilator, like the N95 mask.
The real deal.
The real one. And I was just like, dude, why do you still have a mask on? Like, that's over, right? Like, that's just you're wasting. Like, why are you doing that? And he was like, my son is immunocompromised, and that just pissed me off. Mm-hmm. That he has a sick son that he's lying about. And also he made me miss my Grubhub driver.
Yeah. How?
I'm sure, and I shouldn't say. I'm not going to say anything else that happened because the fucking police came and talked to me about it. But yeah, there's my story about the state senator.
How did it end with the state police?
I was just like, I told the trooper, I was like, look, this guy came around. He was being a little
Silly Billy.
He made me miss my Grubhub driver, and I told him I didn't say that I was he's gonna get his ass kicked hanging around making people miss their food, but that's probably the way he felt after talking to me. And if you could just tell him to never come around again, that would be perfect.
What were the stateies like?
He was nice. He was laughing. He thought it was funny.
No shit.
Yeah.
You're doing a bit. He fucking knows who you are.
I think he probably talked to the guy. The guy's like a total worm.
Yeah, the state trooper's like, man, what a
Silly Billy.
Probably, yeah.
God, I hate this fucking guy. This guy has my... This guy's got my... I mean, for the state police that know. Yeah. I hate that. Get away from me. That was so good. Thank you so much for that Indian food. Oh, my God. Fucking 1,000 dharmas to whoever thought of that.
No problem.
Were you thinking Indian food today?
Yeah.
Good job.
No, Chris thought of it, but I made him get food for you.
That's great. Indian food is the fucking balls. Indian people, not as good. more difficult to deal with. The food, however, the cuisine, fantastic.
The people?
Not going back.
Could leave them.
Now,
take them or leave them, I'll leave them.
Now, Filipino food, I don't give a fuck about that. Filipino people. They can come to any cookout I'm having.
There was some guy out today when I was walking. He had an abortion shirt that said "Keep abortion legal" with a coat hanger. Wow. It was an old guy. He was on a bike, so I went like this into his lane in front of him. You gotta start punishing people in public.
Yeah. I like that we're even talking about this shit. Oh, snap. I like that we're even talking about any of this right now. I don't give a fucking piss knots at all about any of it.
You don't care about the abortion stuff?
Don't even give a fucking lick about any of this. Nothing's going to come of that.
Well, let's see what we do give a lick about.
Did I talk about punching that guy in the podcast?
No.
Did I tell you to punch the guy?
I remember you told me that one night. You were like, I don't know. No, wait, hold on. Don't do that.
What?
We can't. I was thinking about that. Can you say you did a crime? Cut this out. Like, if I'm like, yeah, I robbed this girl one time, and then they're like, oh, well, he just said he robbed the girl one time. Like, aren't they going through like that's what they're trying to do right now? Yeah. Oh, you don't think so?
I don't think so.
Some fucking guy like, that's the guy who punched my teeth out.
Nah, he's not watching this. I've never hit anybody in real life. I didn't talk about this.
I think you told me, but not on the podcast.
He fucking ran at me like that guy.
Yeah.
And it was at the peak of my boxing training. Like I was at like the height physically.
Yeah, you're ready to fight.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
and I just busted all his teeth out, and there was like blood everywhere. It was really funny.
What did he do?
He I guess I cut him off, which I was literally not aware of, because the F-150, you cut people. It's just the way you drive. But I definitely didn't cut him off violently or anything. And I hear this sound, and it's a guy like driving his Honda Accord as fast as you could, like foot. That's the sound of someone like foot on the gas in a regular car.
Yeah,
it's kind of scary because it's like someone's out of control.
Yeah. Like Ultima in the morning.
Yeah, if you hear a Chevy Malibu going with the guy's foot all the way down on the pedal driving, it's like there's like a danger element to it.
Yeah, which Dominican kid is going to be doing 130 behind me in his Accord today on Route 6 every day?
And he
on his phone.
He swerved around me and cut me off, and I had a girl with me, and I got out, and I didn't even know what I wasn't mad or anything. I didn't know what he was going to do, but he got out of his car and ran at me, and I just punched him in the face. And he was just like soaked in blood. He fell back. He was like, oh, and then he got up, and I grabbed him, and I was just like, you got to chill out. And he was like, onlookers started coming over, and the guy that ran at me was like, he's shaking, because I had adrenaline and I was shaking. But I was holding on to him, and I was just like, dude, you got to calm down. We're not doing this. But I was shaking, and the guy was like, I'm going to get him. He's shaking. Watch this.
Oh, God. Thank God. Thank God he said that.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And then he finally chilled out. And then a guy on a moped came up, and the guy on the moped was like, what happened? And I forgot why, but the moped guy, I guess he came up too fast or something. So the guy that I had just punched attacked the moped guy, and the moped guy clocked him.
Perfect.
And it was fucking awesome.
I think you have a follower.
It was fucking so awesome. And then the moped guy, who was like just a Dominican, like a dark Hispanic guy, he was like he didn't see me punch the guy at first.
Yeah.
So he was like, what the fuck just happened? And I was like, I don't know. I just punched this guy, and then you punched him. And the guy was like, yo, that's fucking awesome. You punched him, and then I punched him. And then the moped guy goes off. And then the guy that I punched, he's like getting up. And I grab him again because he's like can't walk regular. And he's like, You and me, we're good, but I'm going to fucking go kill that guy. He gets in his Honda Accord, drives off mad fast after the moped guy. And I don't know what happened then because I went the other way because I didn't want to see a moped guy get killed.
Wow.
but it was crazy. It was like a GTA thing.
It was like a GTA.
And like
thing.
the video game, when you aggro someone in a video game,
Yeah.
and like they like you're the guy's like punching someone, and turns to you and starts punching that guy, like that type of shit. And it was also the kind of thing where he after the moped guy punched him, he realized he was like outnumbered, so he was gonna look for allies.
Yeah.
And like the first person he could get on his side was me. So he was like, you and me, we're cool. Like he did that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where like
shit.
the aggression immediately goes away.
I feel like if you were Dominican, you just would have hit him again.
Probably, yeah.
Like if you had a leather hat on with a Dominican flag on it, you would have just been like, yo, I'm here. When I fight, baby, I fight to win. And like right now, you still talking, and I am not winning.
Yeah.
I want to win, baby. Hey. Oh man, dude, you have a so your one-to-one agency follower from the CIA that was assigned to you is not as good as the guy that was assigned to me.
Yeah.
Like you could have like if,
I could ask for an upgrade.
I wouldn't, because he found you the moped guy to fly in on the fly.
Oh, that's what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yes.
So they don't do that for you?
No. You know what would have happened to me? A cop would have came by and I would have got arrested. I would have got out of jail, but like they would have been like, no, now you're gonna do 9 hours in the clink.
Man.
Do you ever wonder why Taekwondo is like the most popular for like getting kids into martial arts?
Yeah, because it's like it's just like summer camp bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like a
I got roped into that too.
confidence building. Hey, great job, Chris.
Yeah.
Awesome kicks.
And then you get to kick a board, like a piece of like balsa wood at the end or like
yeah.
A wooden shingle.
yeah.
That's kind of cool though. And they have
I broke
movies
some
about.
boards.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were about this thick.
What kind of boards?
Snapped right through. Hicha!
When you were doing Taekwondo
Taekwondo, yeah.
recently,
How recently?
inside the last 24 months. No.
Junbi! Hiya!
You were doing your kata. Was that your kata?
Let me see if I can remember how to count. Hana, dual set, net, daset, yaset, ilgup, yo, dual, op, yul.
Damn.
What's that?
That's 1 to 10 in Korean, I think.
That's awesome.
Oh man, you're like a Korean guy. Hasn't you?
But the kicks do work, though. That's the thing. But Joe Rogan has talked about the first time I got in some beef, I just got laid out. I got punched because what Taekwondo does is it fucks up your range horribly, because you think you're gonna be able to kick someone, but you're not gonna be able to kick someone.
How old were you when you did that?
Like 20.
No shit.
I was 20 when I got smacked, and like didn't know how to handle it afterwards. But I did the Taekwondo in high school. I wasn't 20 when I was doing Taekwondo.
Oh.
Right. But that was still like my idea of what self-defense was. Oh, it's kick. Let's use kicks.
It's
You're not going to
kick.
kick.
It's
You're not
front
going to kick
kick.
anybody. No, you're not going to kick anybody.
It's watch kid catch your
It
foot,
doesn't work. Yeah.
which I've had that happen to me before.
Yeah.
You ever get your foot caught?
I mean, the downside is that they think this fake thing works, and then they go get their ass kicked like I did.
Did you really believe that it was going to work? Like you thought? Like
No,
you,
I just wasn't. I wasn't at all prepared for
A fight.
physical fight.
Like you weren't prepared for like a bar fight.
Was not at all.
Like you were like, watch, this guy's gonna stand 5 feet away from me, and then he'll get his gi on first, probably before we start fighting.
And he'll do his breathing warm ups. He'll bounce around a little bit. He'll do a little like that type of thing.
Gay! There'll be a referee there,
Yeah,
saying that.
yeah,
Gay!
yeah,
Abi!
yeah. That's what I thought probably would happen.
No, play the kick.
Play the music I like. Kickboxing music.
You'll have your red Hanes briefs on, like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I'll be dancing around with a boner.
You just have a hard on immediately. You just grab.
Hey!
Oh no, I have a boner. Oh, you just grabbing instead of fighting, you just grab the closest girl to you and you rub your boner on her.
And I did kung fu too, which was also totally fake and a waste of time.
Kung fu?
Yeah, and my kung fu instructor was he sexually assaulted one of his students years later.